ways to advance the Lasallian mission under the new normal.
Of what are the creative ways to advance the Lasallian mission under the new normal? It got me thinking about our history as Lasallians and as a long walk of different trials and learnings over the many years. I thought about the different realities that we all find ourselves in. What it got me thinking about was the history of the Lasallian Institute and when the brothers actually got kicked out of France. It was actually because of the isolation from France that expanded the Lasallian family. And they had a choice to either give up or to keep moving forward. And I feel like each of us have that same choice to make that decision, to decide to be our best selves, our best creative selves, or we can choose to go, no, this is too much. Some of you may feel that it's actually the adult's job to make a difference. It's the adult's job to find creative ways to advance the mission. The older Lasallian people will fix this and tell us what to do. But I've seen it so many times that it's actually you, the generation that you are, us as the younger generation, that can help make a big difference and bring the biggest change. And the main way, I think, is actually by sharing who you are, sharing your gifts, your talents, by speaking up about what you think, by reaching out to those online that you know have been a bit quieter than normal. It's actually you who can grow and advance the Lasallian mission.
Little things you are doing and you are willing to do is already a way of advancing the mission, regardless if it's the new normal or the pre-pandemic time. Despite all that has happened, the invitation to everyone is not to retreat in isolationism. We are invited that once the borders open, once we go full blast with our schools, let's welcome everyone with a smile. I think how we will reopen the world would really make the big difference as we advance the Lasallian mission moving forward. That perspective of being open, of being borderless, I think will be very helpful as we undertake this new normal and as we welcome the new world.
For those of you, the two questions were, what are the creative ways to advance the Lasallian mission under the new normal? And how can I go further in my journey with the Lasallian mission? To answer briefly, in terms of the two creative ways to further the mission under the new normal, I'd like to be informed. I'd like to be informed where I will understand the impact of the pandemic to the youth, because the youth is, after all, the center of the Lasallian mission. Second is be resilient. I want to channel the Lasallian spirit to fuel positive outlook among the Lasallian family, or this is how we call it resiliency. And to further the mission in relation to the two creative ways I mentioned, I am looking at one action-oriented response. I need to appropriate resiliency in living the Lasallian values and the new declaration of our mission. Why be informed? Being informed is to be aware that all of us have been struggling to make sense amidst this pandemic. I always say that life comes with inevitable difficulties, and freedom is always a state of mind. And often we are not in control of a lot of what is happening around us now. Our time on this planet is short. Resilience is an exceptional, useful skill for anyone interested in living a happy and meaningful life. It's all about this cycle of mindful resilience, and this mindful resilience will bring about positive outlook and a happy disposition.
And I'd like to invite Damien, if you could share with us ways in which you think you can go further in your journey on this Lasallian mission.
Yeah, it's definitely for me something I think about often, not just during this pandemic, but even in the last 7 years of being involved, is how can I be empowered myself to advance the mission, but how can I also share that with others around me? How can I go further? And it's building upon that sense of passion that I referred to earlier. But the word that poked out at me when I was reading this question was the whole sense of vocation. But the sense of vocation, for me, when I was younger, thought that I can only make a difference or a purpose should I become a brother? I think that's such a powerful way to make a difference in the Lasallian world. But as people as well with different careers, I love, Samir, what you said, that finding your vocation is finding your purpose in this. I want to ask everybody 3 questions. The first question is, what brings me joy? Second question is, what are you good at? And the last question, the third question, is, what does the world need? Lasallians, it's at the center of these 3 questions that overlap that I think you can find a direction that you're heading. But these questions, I hope, can help you engage with this question of going further in your journey in the Lasallian mission. I always say, once a Lasallian, always a Lasallian. And no matter where you find yourselves outside of your Lasallian school, you're always a part of this Lasallian community, which is there to be for people as a human first, and then connected in your faith.
The question and the topic on vocation is very important for us to rediscover. These opportunities, make the most out of it. At the end of it, it's a loving and embracing God waiting for you. No? So despite the challenges, the trials, there would be someone there waiting for you. In fact, that someone will lead you to the next door.
Thank you, Keane. Thank you, Damien. Thank you, Brother Ray, for your time here with us. We truly appreciate it. Thank you for the richness in your sharing and answering all our questions. And we hope that our young Lasallians here would be inspired, regardless of creed or color. They will be inspired to be a part of this mission and to move it forward together.